Denzel,
Yep.
you're the guy. You've always been the guy that keeps tight and serious around here.
I do.
Okay? You kill people for even sometimes calling me the wrong name.
Absolutely.
Or have a slight sarcasm in their voice. And why do I feel like that's disappeared in the past couple of days?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I feel like, why is all this chaos happening?
I feel like a lot of this chaos is happening because honestly, I feel like there's a little bit. You are a bit paranoid right now, honestly, and you are even that earlier today when we were arguing on the phone. You were lumping me in based off of something that Harry did, and you by default defaulted to you couldn't trust me. When the minute you came out and asked me flat out stuff, I answered immediately. If it wasn't clear enough.
No. That's not the point.
Okay.
You already made your point on that. We don't have
absolutely.
to beat
But I'm saying, like, I feel like
I'm talking about the chaos that is being created. You are very good at controlling all of that.
Okay. Sure.
So why is this happening?
I am just relaxed. I'm just going with the flow. Like, are you trying to say that I reword it because I got confused what you were asking. So reword what you're asking.
Why is Harry and Speedy doing all this dumb shit in your presence and it's all going unchecked? If you want me to be blunt.
Okay. When shit goes down, when it's too late, I'm just gonna back them up and then hope that we can handle it. You get what I'm saying? Like, when that shit went down, I'm trying to help and think the best logical solution. Even through all of it, when I was telling telling Harry, I was like, look, Lang's pretty fucking pissed right now, and he said, okay, yeah, I don't get exactly why, and I was explaining to him your points, and you know, when I was bringing up the fact that you said that he thought, that you said on the phone with Speedy, that we fucked you. Even Harry, one of the first things Harry said was, you throughout this entire thing was just trying to think what's best for everybody, including Lang. Like I do still go out of my way to try to think of the logical conclusions. Don't get me wrong. Like yesterday, there were definitely ways that could have been prevented. I absolutely agree. But when we walk over there to handle a discussion, and we were talking about kidnapping him or whatever. We discussed the idea, and we agreed that it was a good idea. We walked over and immediately did it, right? My point is, so I'm gonna commit at that point. And like earlier today, I don't think it was. I genuinely don't think it was as this thing is completely done. There's no way to do it as you thought it was earlier today. But once you washed your hands of it,
okay. I need to ask you a serious question.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yeah,
Does
absolutely.
Speedy or Harry egg this on intentionally? Because at this point, it's starting to feel intentional.
Okay, by egg this on in what capacity? Because I'm trying to fully understand what you mean.
In the capacity of, let's do this, it's going to piss Lang off.
Okay. I will answer this completely honestly. I do not care because I'm going to be loyal
where
to
you're
you.
standing
I know.
right now, Denzel.
I know. I'm going to answer this completely honest, but I need you not overreact.
I'm not going to overreact.
Okay. Are you sure? Because I feel like you will. So that's why I need you to
I will
calm
not
down for a
overreact,
minute.
Denzel.
Okay. At some point in this fucking 45-minute discussion, there was at one point, Harry's extremely frustrated. Harry goes, I think that I want to kill this guy to spite Lang. And I said, we're not doing that. That is fucking stupid. Let's think logically what the best solution is. And he shut down immediately. He backed down from that point on. He said something. He was frustrated. It was dumb. And he immediately backed down once I talked to him. That's what I'm saying. You need to not overreact. He did say that at one point today, and I shut it down. I mean, hell, even Speedy said something along the lines of, call up your son, Lando. I don't remember the exact words, but call up your son, Lando, and if he doesn't side with you, we take him out. I said, no, that's fucking dumb.
I've lost the way.
What did you say?
I've lost the way, Denzel. I truly have.
What do you mean you lost the way?
I'm all for chaos and fun, but this is all my fault, honestly.
I mean, if you
trusted Harry with everything. That is the first mistake I've
I don't think you were wrong to trust Harry. Like, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely wrong in trusting Harry. Not in a sense where I don't trust him, but in a sense of he loves the chaos.
Sure, absolutely. But I also think we need to. I think here's the thing. In this discussion, and I think you know this, even Harry said this too. If it was ever brought up that you wanted to be involved in the fate of Dr. Yu after you told me you didn't want to be, if Speedy said to me, like, look, let's sleep on this till Monday, and then Monday, all of us in Lang will discuss it, you know that guy would still be chained up in that basement.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm not mad about it. But look what you just admitted to me about Harry, and then the fact
my point is, I don't think he was serious. He said it while he was extremely frustrated.
Yeah, but you say that, and then you compound it with other shit like this morning. Harry was intentionally trying to hide things or bend the truth of what was happening. You could tell by the tone of his voice that he was using against me.
I will say, yeah, initially, it did seem like he didn't even want to bring up the clowns. But I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to hide that. And that's why I even started bringing it up.
Yeah, but I'm not talking. I'm not trying to put this on you, Denzel.
I know you're
understand Harry's angle here.
I absolutely know you're not. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think Harry is doing this shit to fuck you over at all. And I genuinely do not believe his intent is to hurt you or to harm your relationship. I think he's been just very frustrated lately. And I think we would all benefit from just talking and getting on the same page and there being trust full all around.
I mean, I've had this conversation with Harry multiple times. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be aware of where I need to shift the pillars that keep everything going.
Okay. Because I will say this from talking with Harry, because I was talking to him one-on-one about it. I know originally he shut that shit down in the Cerberus meeting because he wasn't going to talk about it there. And he
yes,
and
I
then
know that.
Yeah, and then we
went on the roof and he was still shutting it down and try to play off like the clown thing was nothing until I kind of emphasized that I want to know what the fuck was going on, and that's when you started talking and he just stayed quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean throughout the entire day I literally have tried to. Did I just see cop lights? Okay, it's probably just the car passing by. Throughout this entire day, we literally, the people were saying, like, trying to think of the best example. Like at one point, they wanted to go grab the rods, and I said that they're Lang's, and Speedy said that he had some, and I said, okay, then you should call Lang, right? I'm saying that I don't think anybody was doing things intentionally to fuck with you or to mess anything up. I think people were excited and they wanted to work with they wanted to go on this plan. You know what I mean?
Well, I get that, Denzel. I get the whole point.
I know you do.
But you guys put that guy in the basement. You guys love that kind of shit. I'm not dumb, Denzel.
I know, but my point is I don't.
The point is when I brought all that up this morning, the way it was described to me was just a lot of let's downplay the whole situation and hope, like, if people can't be straight with me, I cannot work with them.
I completely understand that.
And today, this morning, Harry, even Speedy, did not want to be straight with me. That's why you were the only person that talked in that meeting. Like I said, I don't mind when it's, the dumb shit we do, but sometimes shit gets serious, and you have to be able to flip that switch on.
I completely agree with you, but I'm going to shoot absolutely straight with you, and you know that I'll have your back no matter what. I do think, like, I do get where Harry gets frustrated when, like, for example, if he screws up, even if it's a little screw up, I know there was obvious screw ups, like earlier today was a major thing, not talking about that shit. But I do understand getting frustrated when if he'll wake up and the key isn't there, right? Because you move shit on him, or moving the uranium rods because you don't trust us, right? Like, I'm never going to go against you. And so
did you guys plan to come take the rods today from the bunker without letting me know?
I never once agreed to it, and I told them the entire time.
That was talked about? Yes or no?
It was talked about.
So was I wrong in moving the rods?
I don't think you were wrong in moving the rods, but the entire time it was talked. Yes, but but I'm with them, Lang. And the entire time they were sitting there talking about it, I said, we're not doing that, call Lang. And then we drove up to the place to even see if the rods were still there, and we didn't even have access.
Come on, Denzel. You know that's not why they drove up there, Denzel. Maybe that was your intent to drive up there, right? But that wasn't their intent. Come on, Denzel. You know that.
Sure, but I'm saying it right. And I'm saying that the action of moving those rods without talking to anybody involved, or the action of moving the key without talking to, like, Harry and I, that is going to cause frustration in Harry. And I'm saying when he gets frustrated, he's going to do
Harry
things.
frustrates me and talks to me
Absolutely.
about
And
none
you-
of the things he does
and you
every
frustrate
single
Harry.
day. Listen, Denzel.
Right.
I think 2 days ago or the day before was my first time that I intentionally tried to make Harry's day hell to prove a point, and he somehow one-upped me without even wanting to. Okay? Now, I love Harry's chaos, but he always knew where that line was, when to chill out, reel it in, realize, okay, I cannot step that boundary. Lately, that line disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I mean, yeah, yesterday he did fuck up. I 100%. He fucked up. It was me, him, and Ray in the car, and Santi, and he was just speaking like it was me and Ray, and I was the first one. I was like, sidebar, because I realized that Santi was in the car. I didn't even know Santi was Rust. I'm gonna be honest. And I said that we need to go ocean dump this guy because he cannot hear that shit.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't care about people fucking up if the intent wasn't to fuck up, right?
Yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck about this Dr. You shit. It's whatever. But what bothers me is the intent of it all. You just openly admitted to me Harry wanted to kill the guy to spite or whatever.
Yeah, and he did say that at one point in the meeting, 100%. Do I genuinely think
that
he would have
intent
done?
To me is what bothers me, not the fact that the guy's dead.
Absolutely, but I will say this, like I said when I first brought it up, because I'm not gonna hide shit from you when you ask. I don't believe he would have ever just done it to spite you, though. Even though he did say it, people can say things all they want, but even then I said I'm not agreeing to it unless
you got to
it's
think
logical.
of it this way, right? If we had the meeting this morning and you guys came up and said, Lang, this is what happened. We fucking went to go hunt the clowns. We tried to kill their ass. We decided the best decision was we needed to put Dr. Yu in Speedy's basement. Here's why. Here's the plan. This is why. And everybody was there, assertive, straight to the point. I may have disagreed with it, but at least we could have had that conversation instead of me having to try to pry it out of Harry and Speedy to the point where you had to take over the entire meeting. That's the problem through all of this. It's not the actions. It's the way. If I can't have a meeting with my boys to get a precise recap, a direct recap of what the fuck is going on, of course I'm going to start questioning what the fuck is going on.
I get that 100%.
And you cannot deny it. This morning, the entire meeting was just downplayed. Whenever I brought something up, Harry's like,
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But once again, for me, it comes down to intentions, and I don't think Harry's intent was ever to fuck with you, even after that shit he said. And that's my genuine opinion on it. I understand you might have a completely different one, and that's completely fair. And I'll respect your opinion on that. But I genuinely don't think Harry would ever go out of his way to fuck you over or hurt you in a serious capacity.
I mean, I obviously agree on that. Harry's one of my best friends. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying recently it's just been.
I mean, even like you said, recently
it's been uncontrollable chaos.
Even recently, it's been chaotic with me. I'm less strict about shit now. 100%. Like I'm more go with the flow than putting a hard foot down on shit. Cause I'm just fucking relaxing, taking it easy. And like honestly, I don't want to overstep on shit. But that's always how I'm going to be.
I put you there with Harry, Denzel. When I handed him the keys to all these big operations, I put you there to keep him in check.
Okay,
Harry needs to be kept in check. That is Harry. Whether he wants to admit it or not.
From now moving forward, I know that. All right? Because I don't like to overstep, and you know that of me. From every single time I go in on something, unless I have clear instructions, I will not overstep. And you know that for a fact.
Yes. I know that for a fact.
Sure, maybe not every time. Sure, everybody has fuck-ups. But for the most part, I will always only operate with what I know is 100% okay. I mean, throughout this entire thing, like, you gotta keep in mind, like, the entire car full of people, like, everybody was saying, like, wild shit. And I was reeling everybody in. I think Cousin was the only one that wasn't saying wild shit, basically, between the two of them.
His cousin is Speedy's grounder. He grounds Speedy. That is why they work so well. He keeps him, I mean, you know, and I say that very loosely because Speedy's unhinged as fuck, but Cousin steps in and keeps Speedy grounded when he needs to be grounded. And he'll be like, Speedy, chill the fuck out. Don't fuck this up for us. Like, you guys got to look at, like, I don't think Harry for once looked at it this way, right? And this is, we can have a conversation here because I'm past this Dr. Yu shit.
No, I mean, there's still more involved in this shit that I think you should know about, to be fair.
What do you mean?
There's still more. I said that everybody was saying wild shit. is my point. And I'm pretty sure it was Speedy that said some crazy shit that I wanted to bring up to you.
What?
I could be wrong. I think it was Speedy. It might. I really don't think it was Harry. It might have been. It might have either been Speedy or Harry, but so I can't speak for a fact. But they brought up it was a stupid fucking idea that I shut down, was grabbing the fucking key.
What do you mean grabbing the key?
The heroin key.
Why? What was the intent behind that?
As like leverage for the uranium rods, and I said fucking no. And the other point, I'm pretty sure it was Speedy that did that, because, and the reason I say it was Speedy is I mentioned that if Lang's actually upset with me or Harry, then what I would say is, Harry, I jokingly said that Harry and I could just say we're gonna step away from everything, and Speedy goes, no, that's horrible. And I was like, why would you say that's horrible when you just suggested the fucking taking the heroin key?
Yeah, but here's the point,
and
right?
I don't think the point was to hide the key. I think he wanted to actually move the lab, and I said that's fucking dumb. Even Harry, if I'm remembering correctly, agreed that it was dumb.
But here's the point, right? That's where the mind jumps to is, if Lang's upset, I'm just gonna leave everything. That's not the point, Denzel. You guys through this entire thing failed to realize this, right? And it's the fact of that I've been speaking to Dr. Yu for months on call, and I didn't need to bring anybody into it. The only person I attempted to bring into it was Speedy, because I knew he was working with Dean and Dr. Yu back in the day. So I attempted to bring Speedy in, and he said he wanted nothing to do with Dr. Yu. Absolutely none. I said, okay. I kept working with Dr. Yu. Finally came to the point where we're going to meet face to face. I did not need to tell you or Harry about it. I did not need to bring you or Harry in or put the idea of you guys being able to run this operation. I did it because I know how much Harry loves drug operations, and I know that he was trying to recruit a bunch of people to work for him. And this could have been a good way to get that trust before they go into the heroin. You understand me?
No, I
and then
100%.
And now the whole thing. I don't mind the outcome of what happened with Dr. Yu, because the reality is he probably was going to end up getting killed, right?
Yeah, most.
But it's just how the whole thing went about it. Well, and the reality is, I didn't need to bring anybody into that.
No, I get where you're coming from. Absolutely, see that. But you ultimately did bring people into it, and I do get that.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, Speedy was losing his fucking mind when he thought his uranium rods were taken and you aren't giving them back. And I think that's the only wild shit he suggested, and I shut that shit down as soon as I could. I think even Harry did. Harry said that shit that I told you about when we were discussing what to do with him, and I said that's fucking stupid. I'm not killing anybody out of spite. We're gonna think about this logically, and I shut that shit down.
He still probably enjoyed it out of spite. Let's be real. I mean, the thing is I don't expect nobody to care, because I get it. At the end of the day, it's a ruthless business. But I did feel for the guy. He was talking to me for months on end, trying to sort the shit out. And the only reason I gave him an opportunity or even heard him out is because he did work with Dean, and by an extent of that, I felt like I was doing some work with Dean, because he was very passionate about this project, and now it's dead to me. So
yeah.
Over like just rash decisions that didn't have much thought into it.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from with it, and I don't disagree with the sense that I think that going back, the only thing I would have changed about it is I would have rather had us cancel the meeting and wait for you to be around and come to a conclusion together. To be honest, that would be the main thing I would change about all that.
I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It would have been a fun project. I don't really care that he died. I thought he was going to die anyways, but it's just the whole thing. Just the way the whole thing went about was it just didn't need to be that way.
Yeah.
Now it just makes me question everything else. Like, if I can't get direct answers from when Harry fucks up with the heroin operation, how can I let him run that operation? If he's going to try to downplay things and hide things from me, like, how can I let him run that operation? My entire name is just involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from with that. Like I said,
I don't mind. Like I might even get pissed when people fuck up, but if somebody is direct with me and their fuck up, I always forgive. And you know that more than anybody else.
yeah. Get food.
Yeah. I do not know. We can wrap up this conversation anyways. We'll just I just want to talk to you about that shit. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even with the wild shit that was said, given the context of all the situation, I do not think it was serious, and I do not think they were trying to fuck you over. And even if they were serious about it, I shut that shit down immediately. But I genuinely do not believe, any part of me believes that either of them were doing it to fuck you over. And I truthfully think they were reacting to you taking the keys and the uranium rods away, to trying to think of ways to. They were.
But to be fair, like I
being
forgive
petty and
Speedy
spite.
because he has a right to honestly react like that because he's been a part of this project for a very long time. I'm not even really upset that he mentioned that shit.
Yeah.
Because I get where he's coming from. With Harry, he wasn't involved in this until 3-4 days ago. Why does he feel like he's owed anything in this operation?
And to be fair to Harry, he even said to himself, he said, like, moving forward, like, after you said that you want nothing to do with Dr. Yu, and I brought that up, he's like, yeah, moving forward, I'm wiping my hands of any uranium. Even Speedy kept trying to say, like, if we, in the future, if I have a bomb or whatever, and Harry just kept saying, I'm wiping my hands of this shit. I want nothing to do with this shit moving forward. I've only been involved in this shit for a very short period of time. I want nothing to do with this shit moving forward at all. So.
I mean, it's easy to say that when the only guy that can get us to shit moving forward is Ted, right?
Yeah, fair. Fair. I mean, it was before we killed him, but fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I would say the same thing if the guy was dead.
Yeah, but like,
because I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, but like, I call me crazy, but I also give people the benefit of the doubt. And like I said, I don't believe Harry would genuinely. I do think he would say that shit. Like, he obviously said it, but I don't think he would ever mean it.
If Harry was offered 10 bricks of cocainium right now by Dr. U2 down at the docks, he would drive down there in a heartbeat and go grab it all.
All right, yeah, probably. Okay, you're not wrong there. But I also don't see. I don't like. But my point more or less is, do I think what him saying what he said to spite you shit is stupid? Absolutely. Do I think it was wrong of him? Absolutely. But do I think he meant it at all? No. I think he was frustrated and he said something dumb. I can understand.
No, listen, you don't got to repeat that. Listen,
yeah, I know, but I care for the guy. He's part of the family.
Listen. It's written in my little black notebook. It's there now, but I'm not going to do nothing about it.
All right. But you were bringing up the fact that you can't trust him with shit, and how can you trust him to look over?
No. It's not. I can't trust him with shit because I don't trust him. It's I can't trust. It's like, for example, hey Harry, go grab Denzel. Just get information. Don't kill him. I'm going to bed. That's what I mean by I cannot trust him. Harry's going to grab Denzel, kill his ass, and do some unhinged shit after. Trust Harry in a sense of, hey, Harry, here's the vault codes. Don't tell anybody about it. I trust him in that manner. But I can't trust Harry now to run something, to do something cleanly when it's time to do shit cleanly.
I get that. Yeah, and I guess.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that. And I was trying to say, if that is influenced by what he said back earlier, I don't believe he meant it. That's all I was trying to say.
No, it's not influenced by that. It's influenced by
the chaos.
Harry is unhinged as fuck right now. He does not control the chaos around him anymore. He thrives in it. And it makes it hard to run an operation with somebody when that's the case. Because I don't care if Harry goes and starts his own weed operation and does the most unhinged shit. You know why? Because it doesn't tie back to me, Denzel. My name is not on it. But when my name is on everything that he's doing right now, I have to care about it. I have to.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
The other day, I went to go blow up Hayes. You know what I did? Because I didn't want to drag anybody into this fucking peg drama I had with them.
Yeah.
I called nobody, didn't answer a single phone call. And I went to go do it with Otto. That's it. That way, if I were to get caught that day or some shit were supposed to go down, I would go to jail for it. It would be on me. Like, it's very easy to, okay, I want to go do some unhinged shit. I don't want to drag people into it. Maybe I'll start my own little operation. Maybe I'll do my own little thing. That way nobody else has to get involved. And that way if I fuck up and get caught,
but he didn't drag us.
This might be Speedy calling. I need to answer this.